Hi, this is Simon Chan, and welcome to my network marketing training. Members of my coaching mastermind groups can ask me questions on a weekly basis, and today's question comes from Hoi out in Penang, Malaysia. And Hoi says, "Hi Simon, here's some questions for you. Thanks. After 3 training sessions, I started to put in a lot more effort to building my online presence, just like what you said we should have won. I'm facing lots of problems while setting up my own personal Facebook fan page, my personal blog. I'm so confused, I do not know what to do." 2 questions. I'm doing my own blog. Start by using chihoi.blogspot.com, suggested by my friend. He said it would track much more traffic than hoi.com, so which one do you think? Should I start using my own domain or start with blogspot.com? Number 2 is I'm starting up my own group, but I have only around 6 active members. Do you have any suggestions for me to build up a strong team? Regards, Hoi. Great questions, okay, Hoi. Number 1, the first one, number 1, should you be doing chihoi.blogspot.com or hoi.com? Please, 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 this is such an easy one. Use your own name. Not your friend is entirely, I don't want to say he's wrong, but he is wrong as you can be, okay? Here's a great question. Because you are branding yourself. You're not branding Blogspot, right? Having a Blogspot on there signifies amateur and not professional. Now let me ask you something. What would be more impressive for you? SimonWChan.com or SimonWChan.blogspot.com? Who would you be more impressed with? Okay, another thing is, related to this in terms of branding is what's more impressive? You know, Simon at SimonWChan.com or Simon8899 at gmail.com, right? Obviously, you want your own domain name. Again, it's always about this is $1 million business, right? And I always talk about my business cards, how you dress professionally, your brand. This is your brand. Do you want to stand out or you just want to be like anyone else, right? When you have your own website, that shows you, hey, you have a vision. Even you're new, it doesn't matter. You're professional. You're thinking long term. You have your own domain name or your own brand. You're not using some Hotmail, AOL, Yahoo, Gmail type of address. Okay, so now in terms of email addresses, you can use Gmail because I know Gmail is excellent. But when you brand yourself out there, like I have multiple. For example, I have like 15 different email addresses for different things. Right? I have info@simonwchan.com, coaching@simonwchan.com. A lot of times they all get forwarded to Gmail, and I write through Gmail. But when I tell people what my email address or my business card, I never put a Gmail address on there. I always put Simon W. Chan because it's about your branding. Same thing with domains. Okay, if you have a blogspot, that just tells me you're a newbie, you're inexperienced, amateur. That's it. Now, and different countries are different, a little more expensive. But in established countries, US, Australia, Canada, if you have a blogspot or WordPress, instantly you're amateur. You're not serious. You're like a hobbyist. Because you gotta have your own domain name. And also, another thing to think about your domain name, make it simple and easy for people to type up. So Hoi may be okay. Chihoi, that's too long. You want to grow a serious business out in Asia, in the US, no one's going to know how to write that name down, right? Hoi, especially on the phone, Hoyyee, they may not even hear it correctly. You meet someone, hey, my website's Hoi, chihoi. They may miss a spelling. Those are all very important things to think about, okay? To think about how you want to keep it simple. Like one of my leaders, his name is John Gerlitz. He's a Ruby director. But challenges when he did the emails, he's talking to me on the phone. How do I spell his last name? They spell it wrong, they won't go to your website. Doesn't matter how great your website is, if they can't get a spelling right, they can't go. So these are all things to think about. Another thing to tell your friend, okay, your chihoi, I guess I'm all riled up because I can't believe someone thinks like this, is chihoi.blogspot.com. That's way too long, too. If you can't put it on a name card, business card, right? A name card, business card, you don't have enough room. So chihoi.com, you want something simple and short. Okay, so that's number 1. Get your own domain name. It may take a little time to do it, but it's way more professional. Now, the second question, starting my own group. I have only around 6 active members. Just suggestion for me to build a strong team. Are you talking about your Facebook group or you're talking about a group in general. If you're talking about a Facebook group here, you know, just provide value, provide trainings, help people, talk to your upline. You have an upline that's a diamond. Tell her to send some people to you. If you have good trainings, good things to share with people, your upline should be comfortable sharing, getting people to come to your website or going into your Facebook group. Okay. If you want to talk about offline, building a strong team, it just takes time. I mean, we're going over a lot of stuff in the Advanced Diamond Mind. Think about what are your really big challenges. Is it prospecting or is it duplication? What is it? Okay, and you have to constantly, we talked about, it's constantly be sponsoring. Don't rely on your downlines to sponsor. Okay, this business is not just me sponsor 1 or 4 people and then the downlines will duplicate. No, it's more like you sponsor a ton of people, sponsor 30, 50, 100 people, and out of the 100 people, you'll find the next whole people who are good. And everyone that's really does well, they sponsor a lot and they duplicate a lot too. Okay, so I'm going to say sponsor. It doesn't necessarily mean you actually doing your contacts, just helping your downline. You got to be doing presentations. Okay, so even you personally not sponsoring, your downline's got to be bringing people while you're doing the presentations. That's how you grow the group. But you got to be production mode. Production mode is simply sharing and presenting the opportunity. Okay. In terms of Facebook problem fan page, let me know. Bring some specific questions. I'd love to help you out. I don't want you to be confused. It's all new to you. Take one small step at a time, right? I know you're in the Advanced Diamond group, so it's a little bit advanced, but just start small. Start small, and then you learn by doing it more and more. Don't try to be perfect. I was not perfect. Start small. Okay. The one suggestion I would recommend is when you start your Facebook name, group name. So for example, it's going to be facebook.com/ whatever name it is. Whether you're going to choose Hoi or choose someone else, make it the name that's easy to remember, brands you. So people, because you can only change it once, I believe. Once you do it, that's stuck. So meaning, mine is facebook.com/ Simon W. Chan. Facebook will never allow me to change that. Okay, it's always going to be Simon W. Chan. Actually, I think they let you, fan pages, you can change once. Your personal one can only change, actually, fan page, you can't even change at all. It used to be. And personal page, you can change once. So make sure you choose the name. But always think about branding. You know, when you put it somewhere, is it easy to spell? Can people tip, you know, is it easy to print out? Would it fit on a name card? These are all factors to consider. But most important thing is you're always branding yourself. So you don't want any Blogspot, you know, or that WordPress. That just symbolize cheap. All right, Hoi, hope this is helpful. Your members, hope this is helpful to everyone too. Remember, you're always branding yourself. And all members of my coaching mastermind groups can ask me for questions. Watch this video again. Think about how you're going to brand yourself. This is Simon Chan, and thanks for attending my training. Take care.